right. For our third guest of tonight, the long-running public access TV show, Industrial Television, we have the man behind the scenes with us now, the creator and producer. Let's give a late night welcome for Ed Varuolo.
Pleasure to be here.
My man, my friend.
I always want to support Johnny P.
Listen, we go back a long way.
Yeah.
We'll get to that
I think
later.
we've been through 5 directors at this facility.
Let's not get into that. That's
Okay.
another show.
Yeah.
Now listen, you built a big underground base following with Industrial Television. You had 10 seasons, 170 episodes.
Yeah.
How did you come up with this whole concept of the show?
Well, you know, when we first started, it was basically stuff we wanted to see.
Crazy stuff.
Anything crazy. We drew from our own collections. We probably had about 600-700 hours of material to draw from. By the 3rd or 4th year, people were sending us stuff. And we could pick and choose, you know. They thought we were a real show. Yeah. So and then, like I say, like you said about the underground, it just grew from there. You know, people. We've had people from all over the world.
Yeah, you were like the Ramones of public access TV.
Yeah.
Off the hook.
We've been here for so long. I just wanted to tell you one of my. In the early days, we used to generate a lot of complaints.
Oh, big time.
Okay. So you must remember Luke, the late Luke. He was one of the great people here. And somebody would call up and they say, I want to talk to the programming director. So Luke would get on the phone. He goes, yes, this is Luke. And he goes, are you the guy responsible for putting that show, Industrial Television, on? And he goes, yes. He goes, how did you put that on with the sex and the violence and the profanity and the nudity and the racism? And Luke goes, oh, do you watch it? And he goes, every week. It's a true story.
Listen, everybody was watching it. The cops, everybody.
Oh, forget it, man. You know, we were always a given with the... you know, the pierced and tattooed, the bikers, the metal crowd. We were always a given. But I was always surprised at how many blue-collar workers, I mean, people who put those cones down on the road, Con Edison, Keyspan, cops, EMT workers, and they would always come up to me and express their love, man.
See, for people who don't know about the show, it was just like clips after clips of edit. It could be anything from someone's getting his head chopped off to someone making love with a porno film from the 40s to like I Love Lucy, 2 seconds, and the Nazi soldiers to Iraq getting bombed, back to like someone getting their private part cut off.
Circumcision, native circumcision. But a part of every show was always the training films. That's really what it was based on. Back in the days, those short films were called industrials.
Yeah. And
that's where we got the title from, Industrial. So like how to behave on a date, how to survive an atom bomb, you know, VD films, how to driving ed scare films. Those are ones we love. You know, any kind of scare films where they would show you something. This could happen to you unless you do this. We'd love that, and we'd always put those kind of bad training films on.
And that was on at a good time of night because a lot of times, like, you know, in the weekend nights, everybody comes home after the club. They're a little buzzed. Or if you're just home, you're a little buzzed, and like that's a perfect show to watch.
And it goes both ways. You know, I had people tell me like, I got to turn the channel off when my wife comes down the stairs, and to the other one where it's like me and my son, my 14-year-old son, we bond over this show every week.
No, it's crazy.
So, yeah, it goes both ways.
I mean, it had to be like the question is who or what inspired you to do this show? I mean, what gave you?
I think, you know, basically it was kind of like when we were growing up, there was a TV horror show host called Zachary. And he always does the Chiller Theater conventions.
Of course. He's the greatest.
He was famous for always showing a bad movie and then popping in with his own reactions. That's where we got that part from. And then there was always like Beavis and Butthead. There was always a part of that where we'd always constantly be riffing. And of course, Mystery Science Theater 3000, where they'd constantly be making comments on the film. But we didn't comment constantly. We would pop in occasionally. People would always say, you guys are, you know, you're not on enough. But we really wanted to focus the film. The show was never about us. It was always about the films and what we're supposedly watching.
Yeah, you're like in it probably maybe for 3% of the whole hour?
I don't think maybe less than 2-3 minutes per hour.
Yeah, because like a big scene will come on, you guys should be like this,
and
then they'll go right back to the other scene.
5 seconds, 10 seconds, and that would be it, you know. But it's funny, years ago, I had to get the National Grid Keyspan at the time had to come down to my basement to read the meter. Okay, so he meets me at the side door, and he goes, "Oh my God, you're that guy! You're that show! Oh my God!" I'm like, "Okay, come on, we're gonna read the meter in the back." He's got to walk through the set. The set was in my basement.
Yeah.
He's got to walk through the set to get to the meter. He's like, "Oh my God, this is where the magic happens!" And he starts bowing to the set.
Well, I actually hadn't seen the show before, but I've been watching some clips, and It's definitely unlike anything I've seen before, and I'm sure you've had a lot of mixed reactions. I know you've had some positive feedback. Can you tell us about other type of feedback you've had about the show?
Well, like some people, I guess the more religious you are, the more offensive you might find it, perhaps, but I don't know. But mostly, I've always said from day one, not everybody gets it or knows of it, just the right people.
Yeah, well, that's how it is with everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's all that
It's always
matters.
like that. Let's get off the subject for a second and get back to that. Me and you go back a long way. Why don't we talk about how me and you did a little thing back with the NYB days?
Yeah. Johnny said he wanted a professional to edit his video and produce it, and I said, okay, pal, you got it. Yeah. Johnny, we used to call him Johnny Endless Edits because he'd always be wanting to revise something, But I thought it came out well. I really did.
Yeah, well, we released our album with NYB, and the song was War on the Streets. So, and Ed got the camera crew going. What did we do? 4 days of shooting.
At least.
And it was good. I mean, I wish I had a little more money to give you.
Yeah, no, it was okay.
Add that little more of a final touch, but if I had to rate it, I would give it definitely a 95, for what we had.
Made the most out of the tools
the
available,
budget.
without a doubt. Yeah.
And it came out great.
Yeah, everyone liked it, no? Everyone did.
It was really good. A lot of fun, right?
Yeah, I thought it came out well. Yeah.
War on the Streets. So now listen, production-wise, is what else have you done that I don't know about? And do you have anything else in the future that you're planning on doing, in TV-wise or anything?
Well, I worked on films before CTV. I had been actually I went to college, majored in film for 2 years, started getting work on films, and I'm like, why am I in college? I'm getting work. So I stopped that. Played in a heavy metal band for 7 years called Savage Thrust. We were kind of like the Staten Island Metallica.
I remember that.
And then '96 came to CTV, and since then I've been doing short films, and lately I've opened up a new business, which is a comics and collectibles store here on Staten Island.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with all of that stuff. I mean,
What do you see for the future of industrial TV?
Well, I think right now, we just, people ask us and we send them DVDs to people that are not from Staten Island, although it never ends. So until I move or leave, it'll still be on, We always re-edit and tweak it and add new things and take some old things out. But the stuff we were showing was really timeless because we were showing stuff from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So it's not like it's topical and it's outdated. It's always new or it's always old, depending on how you look at it. Yeah.
no, for sure. Well, listen, best of luck with everything. It's always great to see you.
Yeah, it's still on every Saturday night at midnight.
Every Saturday night at midnight. You got it on Vimeo, YouTube, or any of those, or what?
Yeah, there's clips on YouTube, and you can always check the website.
You got to get it on Vimeo. You get your full episodes on there.
Yeah.
Vimeo.com. It's good.
But it's still on every Saturday night at midnight on CTV.
Well, best of luck, Ed.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon. Evolua,
Okay,
everybody.
thank you. Pleasure.
Beautiful.